to Tailor Tales. I took a quick lunch and we are back at it again. Let's continue with Caine. A couple of days later, after I close up shop, I asked Caine to meet me at Aromie so I can get his measurement. After all, I promised to make him a dazzling outfit. I'll play around with a pencil and stare down at my sketchbook, trying to come up with the concept for Fashion Week. My brain doesn't seem to want to cooperate, so my thoughts wander elsewhere. Thinking back on that night we went to karaoke, I remember Caine talking about liking stars. Too bad we couldn't really see them back then. I guess we'd need to go somewhere out of the city to get a good glimpse of them. The beach would probably be a good spot to stargaze. I crack my neck and start sketching out a few designs inspired by the beach, maybe something with a water theme. Eventually I start sketching out the dress I'll be wearing at Caine's reunion. Finally I hear the doorbell jingle and look up from the counter. Yo! Caine gives me a curt nod. He's wearing his beanie today. I close my sketchbook and walk around the counter. Great! You're finally here. Come on, follow me. I lead Caine to my workroom. With curious eyes, Caine looks around in my workroom, inspecting all the tools and materials lying about. I walk over to the crafting table. Instantly thought of like Minecraft or Animal Crossing, and fetch a measuring tape and small notebook to record his sizes. I've never done this before. Caine starts awkwardly. Do I take off my clothes? I can't help but snort loudly, trying to keep in my laughter. The thought of Caine stripping down to his underwear just so I can get his measurements is a pretty funny image in my mind. But no, he can keep his clothes on, though it's very tempting to mess with him as revenge for that forced kiss. No, let's not do that. He's actually genuinely, like, nervous. I shake my head at him. Don't worry, you can keep your clothes on. Caine looks relieved to know he doesn't have to strip to his underwear in the middle of my workroom, and frankly, I have no desire to see him in his underwear either, even though it's a funny image. I've been traumatized enough since the last time I saw him exiting the shower without wearing anything. I don't want a repeat of that. Good, I don't want you touching me all over my naked body. I roll my eyes at him. Trust me, I don't particularly want to either. Caine sticks his tongue out at me in return. I stretch the tape between my hands. Now it's time to measure you. Buckle up. Caine huffs and crosses his arms over his chest. Just get it over with already. Stretch your arms out like this. I stretch out my arms to both sides. Caine mimics me, standing in the middle of the room like a grumpy scarecrow. My mind flips a switch and I'm in professional mode. I circle Caine around until I put the tape measure against the nape of his neck and put it all the way down to the small of his back. I note down the measurements and swiftly switch over to his shoulders, pulling the tape along. Next up are his arms, inside and outside. Eventually I'm in front of him, wrapping the tape around his chest and tightening it up to get the right size. Caine's been deathly silent the entire time, but his cyan eyes have been following my every move. It's a little unnerving that he's so cooperative with me. I drop the I drop the tape from his chest until it falls down to his waist. Breathe out, I instruct him. Can't have you wearing a vest that's too tight on you. For some reason, I was also holding my breath the entire time. Caine obeys and lets out a deep breath so I can measure his waist. I write everything down in my little notebook before I bend down to my knees. I reach towards his crotch with my hand, tape measure ready. What are you doing? Caine jumps back from me, clearly flustered. I need the inseam of your leg. Please stand still. Giving me a defiant pout, Caine awkwardly waddles back on the spot. Spread your legs a little, I say. Keeps them shut as if he's guarding some kind of treasure behind them. That's what he said. Caine jokes nervously. I look up at him from the ground. Actually, that's exactly what you said to me before, I know. He did tell me to spread my legs when I was tending to my knee. Caine's cheeks turn rosy and he quickly whips his head around. It's because he remembers. Whatever, he mumbles, just do your thing. Once more I reach up towards the seam of his crotch, placing the tape against the inside of his thigh, as high as possible without making him even more uncomfortable than he already is. Caine's body becomes super stiff and I can tell he's holding in his breath. I'm trying my best not to accidentally brush against something forbidden. I pull the tape all the way down to his ankle and finally remove my hand from his body once I note down the numbers. Caine lets out a sigh. Quickly, I wrap my tape around his upper thigh, measuring that too. One more measurement for the outseam in the final, his hips. Still hovering in front of him, down on my knees, to wrap the tape around his hips and pull it tight. I lean a little closer to him to read the numbers on the tape. Caine turns his head to look at the standing mirror next to us. I'm too busy to focus on what he's doing, so I'm too busy to focus on what he's doing, so I continue with one more measurement of his leg and I'm finally done. Done, I say cheerfully as I get up. I'm greeted by cherry red Caine, who's refusing to meet my eyes or even look in my general direction. What's got him in such a tizzy? Was I that close to his crotch? What's with your face, I ask. Why are you blushing so much? Caine grits his teeth, but still doesn't make eye contact with me. Because, he says, his voice cracking a little. His eyes flicker over towards the mirror again, but then he shakes his head. No, never mind, forget it. I guess measuring him made Caine a bit shy. It's kind of cute, actually, that he's so awkward about it. Well, I got your measurements. I'll make you a nice vest. Do you prefer a certain color? I don't really care, he says with a shrug. Alright, I'll decide myself then. Caine shuffles on the spot for a bit, rubbing and scratching his arm, not quite knowing how to behave like a human anymore. Are you always shoving your face up in a guy's crotch? He asked me out of the blue. Taken aback, I shake my head. I don't make a habit out of it. This is the second time you are fondling me. This time I feel my blood rush to my cheeks. Don't say it like that. I didn't fondle you the first time, and I certainly didn't touch you right now. This is how measuring is done. This is my job, you know. Caine himself is also sporting a nice blush on his cheek. It seems he's simply embarrassed. Well, a little warning next time, he mutters. I flash him a cocky grin. Next time? Are you implying there will be a next time? Frantically, he whirls around to hide himself from me, showing only his back. No, stop imagining things. Caine quickly heads towards my door. I'm leaving. I chuckle lightly at him. Alright, thanks for dropping by. I'll keep you in touch. Caine bolts out of my boutique. It's kind of fun to see him flustered like that. I guess he isn't used to close contact. I try to keep it professional though. I look down at my notes with Caine's measurements and then start to sketch something in my notebook. Time to design. I managed to finish Caine's vest, shirt, and slacks, as well as my own dress within the time frame. Less than a month wasn't a lot of leeway to work with in the first place, but I powered through it. Today is the day of the reunion, so I told Caine to come over as I have his outfit. I hope everything will go well at his reunion. No more calling Caine a loser. Either way, I should take a shower and prep myself. As I step out of the shower, I check the time. It's later than I would have liked it to be. Caine is supposed to be dropping by soon. I start drying my hair and curling it with a curling iron. Then I apply makeup to my face. Makeup always takes so long. I'm so bored, but I managed to finish it all. I just look decent enough. Now time to get into my dress. Where is it? Oh, I must have forgotten to bring it to the bathroom, which means it's still downstairs. I guess I'll get ready in the workroom then. I head downstairs wearing nothing but a towel around my body. Okay, at least you're not going nude. There it is. It's still on the hanger near my mirror. The evening gown with a deep V-cut open back and a slit that rides up high. It's a very showy dress. After all, Caine asked me to look sexy, and this dress certainly brings that out. It really feels like I'm getting ready for a date. I want to see the look on their faces when they see us, fabulously dressed. I take the towel off my body and slip into my panties. A bra would be overkill for this kind of dress. There's hardly anything covering them anyway. As I grab the dress from my hanger, I hear my door open. Michiko, are you here? Oh crap, that's Caine. I left the door unlocked. Not knowing what to do, I simply stare at Caine, one of my hands holding the dress in midair. My naked breasts are on full display. He stares back at me. I'm going to have to charge you if you stare at me any longer than that. I think the quick reaction would be to cover your breasts. I feel my face heat up. I quickly cover my breasts. Oh, why are you naked? Caine cries out as he turns around. You saw my breasts. I want to crawl in a hole and die. I was just changing. Stay there. Don't turn around. I shriek at him. Like I would want to. Why didn't you knock? I didn't expect a pair of tits when I walked in, okay? Don't describe my delicate features with such vulgar words. Can you please just put something on? He asked in an exasperated voice. With shaking hands, I grab the dress and quickly slip it onto my body. My heart is racing so fast. This is not good for my blood pressure. Why did he have to walk in at that exact moment? Are you done yet? He asked for a while. I'm a little surprised that Caine hasn't tried to take a peek. Like a true gentleman, he had his back turned to me the entire time. I try to will away the blush from my cheeks. Yes, you can turn around now. Caine awkwardly faces me, trying his best not to make any eye contact. He looks rather embarrassed and out of sorts as well. It's then that I notice I haven't tied the back of my dress. As I try to do it myself, I realize it's much easier if I had some help. I grip my teeth as I avert my eyes from Caine. Can you help me tie this in the back? I ask him. I turn my back to him, which has a small lace corset worked into the dress, but it's hard to tie it on my own. Caine shuffles closer and he hesitantly reaches for the lace at the back. Pull it tight, I instruct him. You made this dress yourself, right? Why not make something that would be easier to get inside of by yourself? Caine asked begrudgingly. I could have gone for a zipper as well, but zippers tend to crinkle and it'd look really ugly on my butt, so I decided lace would be better, I explained. I brace myself as Caine pulls the lace hard, tightening it around my waist, and almost pulling me against his body. Deftly he ties it together so it'll hold up. Anything else? Well, isn't he rather compliant today? I turn around and shake my head. No, I'm finished. It's your turn now. Caine places his hands on his hips. Well, where are the clothes? I quickly grab the hanger which has been neatly hanging in the back. Shirt, vest, and slacks. Check. You know how to get dressed? I asked. Caine roughly takes the hanger from me. Of course I do. I'm not a baby. I want to make a witty comeback to that, but instead I decide to keep quiet for now. Come upstairs when you're done, okay? The door is unlocked, I say. Why? Caine raises his eyebrow at me. You want me to stay and watch? A slight blush tints his cheeks. He hastily shakes his head. I leave the workroom. I prep myself some more, fixing some of my makeup and making sure my hair is okay. I give myself a look over in the mirror. I don't look bad. Rather scandalous. It's not my usual style, but it should get a few heads a turn. Hopefully it'll make that Thomas and Chelsea jealous enough. I'm just a prop to be seen after all. Which reminds me how Caine saw my breasts. I grip the edge of my sink, closing my eyes. I want to burn the memory from my mind. After a while, I hear Caine walk upstairs and roam the hallways. In here, I call out to him. I hear his dad knock on the door. Are you dressed this time? I can hear his voice from outside the door. Yes, jeez, come in already. Let me have a look at you. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's so cute, bro. Aww. This color combo, it's my kryptonite. Caine opens up the door and shuffles inside. He looks out of place. Well, he asks impatiently, showing me his outfit. I take a step back to look at Caine. He's wearing everything properly. The shirt is tucked in, the vest looks to be perfect length on him. Slacks are fine, everything is in order. He looks good in formal clothes, dashing almost, but there's something missing, I wonder. Caine averts his eyes. Take a picture, it'll last long, he grabs at me. I reach for my phone on the sink. Caine's eyes grow wide and panic. He quickly rushes over towards me and bats my hand away. No, don't take any pictures of me, he says hastily. I stare at his... is that why he doesn't take selfies or anything anymore? Because of trauma? I stare at his gorgeous eyes, which are really popping out due to the red shirt as well as his red hair. That's when I realize what's missing. A new hairstyle. My fingers touch a lock of his red hair. Caine immediately backs up. Oh, what was that for? He asks, bewildered. Your hair, we need to do something with it. He huffs. No, we don't. My hair is fine. Come on, it's part of the deal. When you're going to dress up, your hair needs to be styled as well. I think I may be able to straighten out your curls. Well, I don't want to, he replies childishly. I either take a picture of you or you'll let me style your hair. Your choice. I stick out my tongue at him. Caine throws his hands up in the air. Fine. Do what you want, stubborn woman. Says a stubborn thief, I fire back. I put the lid of the toilet seat down and point at it. Sit. Begrudgingly, Caine sits down in front of me, his arms crossed over his chest. He's got this pout on his face, like he really doesn't want to do this. He's like a kid that's forced to go to visit the dentist. Should I give you some candy to wipe that sour look off your face? I ask him. Just do your thing already, he complains. I finally shut my mouth and get to work. What is this? These cute little, background music. Aww. I grab the straightening iron from my drawer and start heating it up. Time to tame that wild hair of Caine's. It'd be nice if I could tame his difficult personality as well. Oh my god, he's so cute. He's so cute. Caine averts his eyes when I lean in closer. I wonder how I should style it. Slick it back? No, he probably wouldn't look good like that. Maybe parted. I should try. I spray some product in his hair so it doesn't get damaged by the straightener. Then I run my fingers through his red hair. It's as soft and fluffy as I imagine it to be. There's this urge that prevents me from removing my fingers as I twirl it around a piece of red hair. It's really soft. I end up just grazing through his hair with my hand, feeling his smooth locks brush against my skin. So far, Caine has been very quiet. Your hair is so soft, I say with a smile. What kind of shampoo do you use? I don't know, he responds weakly. Just whatever's on sale. Lucky, your hair is really healthy. I dry my fingers across his scalp, fluffing up his hair. It's kind of turned into me massaging his head. It's fun. Though I should probably start on styling his hair instead of petting his head. We don't have enough time to mess around. When I pull my hand out of his hair, I notice Caine's got his eyes closed. He looks relaxed. Oh, you like having your head massaged, I ask. Caine's eyes spring open. No! He immediately cleans. I stifle a chuckle, so quick to deny. Really? I draw out as my hand hovers above his head. He's so stinking cute. He's like the kind of guy you want to protect, you know? He won't protect you as much. It's more you protect him. Playfully, I twirl my fingers around a lock of hair. Caine looks down at his lap instead. I notice the tips of his ears reddening. Huh, he totally does enjoy this. However, I finally place his hair between the tongs of the straightener and start to straighten out his hair. I like it too, I admit with a small smile. People massaging my head or running their fingers through my hair. It feels nice. Caine doesn't say anything else. He's gonna remember that. Caine will remember. Silence fills up the space between us. I'm a little more aware of him as I straighten his hair. It's not an uncomfortable silence, though. The sizzling of the tongs and Caine's steady breathing is the only sound I can hear. I've only had hairdressers touch my head, Caine mumbles, breaking the silence. And they usually have those fake long nails that end up scratching me. I can imagine it clearly, Caine getting annoyed by his hairdresser because she's got manicured nails. It's a little funny to think about. But this is nice. Caine closes his eyes, looking quite peaceful. He's so stinking cute! Is this where he gets redeemed? Suddenly, my heart skips a beat. Caine is always so guarded and quick to deny anything, so it's a little strange to see him be honest for once. He's showing me a vulnerable side like this, one that I did not expect. I try to curb any weird feelings and focus on taming his hair, but now I'm conscious of where I'm touching him and how close I am to his face. With his eyes closed, I take a brief moment to study his face. Cute freckles and dotted across his cheeks and nose. His eyelashes are light in color, and he's got thin lips that are pulled in what I can only deduce to be a satisfied smile. He was against the idea of styling his hair, yet look at him now. Caine is enjoying it. I can't stop smiling in return. I guess this little redhead has got his cute sides after all. A few minutes pass and I manage to straighten out his wavy mane and style it into something more suitable for a formal party. There, done, I say, taking a step back to admire my work. He looks like he gives me like Levi vibes now. Cause he's like short as well. Nothing wrong with Levi. Levi's husbando. Caine's cyan eyes pop open. He stares at me. Oh, he's rather handsome now. Combined with the vest and red shirt, Caine is giving off this entirely different vibe than usual. What? He asks, cocking me an eyebrow. Does it look stupid? Nah, man. Nah, we're gonna be like, you look really attractive. I say honestly. Caine exclaims in disbelief. With a red face, he turns his gaze away from me. Don't make stupid jokes. It's my turn to react in disbelief. It's not a joke. You generally look handsome. Caine grows even redder and awkwardly stuffs his hands into his pockets of his slacks, then marches away from me. He walks towards the mirror to check himself out, grumbling under his breath. He sighs deeply. You don't like it? I ask, standing next to him. Caine immediately turns his eyes away from me. He's still red. It's kind of adorable. It looks weird, he replies. Well, I like it. Everyone at the party will think you're handsome. I smile at him. Caine grits his teeth. Do you always say embarrassing shit like this? Why? You don't believe I'm telling the truth? Caine pouts. No one's ever complimented me before, he mutters with a very red face. Oh, it stabs me right through the heart. No one ever told him he looks good. That's the saddest thing ever. I give him a light punch in the arm. Well, you look good. You're going to take their breaths away. Caine rolls his eyes. Yeah, no, that's not happening. You can shut up now. I chuckle at him. Alright, shall we go? Finally, no more grooming, okay? I'm done. I'll kick a puppy if— oh my god! If you suggest we should paint my nails or something. Oh, can I do your nails? No. How about a change of earrings? I've got these really cute ones. Hell no! Caine stomps his foot on the ground. Fine, I say. Caine straightens his back. Actually, I almost forgot about this. Caine digs into the inside of his pocket, taking out a small jewelry box. It looks suspiciously like a box that holds an engagement ring. I raise my eyebrow at him. You're not getting down on one knee, are you? I know I told you that you were handsome, but this is going too far. Shut up already, I'm not proposing. Caine flings the box at me and I hastily catch it before it drops onto the floor. Wear it. Leave it. Throw it into the trash. I don't care. He stuffs his hands into his pocket again. I'll be outside. What is it? Caine makes a quick getaway. I look down at the blue velvet box in my hands. Curious to what it holds, I open it up, almost expecting something to jump out and scare me. There inside are 2 golden pieces of jewelry. They're earrings. There is a blue dome at the top, covered in small golden stars. Long and slender golden rods stick out the bottom. It's the best way to describe it. It's a celestial jellyfish. The shape is that of a jellyfish, but the blue dome reminds me of the galaxy. Honestly, it looks beautiful. A little unrefined, maybe a bit cheap looking, but I'm really impressed. Caine made this, didn't he? He can be quite surprising. I guess it's not bad going out with him. It's not a real date, but as I stare down at these jellyfish earrings, I'm starting to feel a little excited. I quickly catch up with Caine outside once I put the earrings in. They're not a bad fit with my dress at all. Perfect. Alright. Obviously, the next chapter is us going on the date with Caine. His reunion. 3-year reunion, which is really weird. I've only heard of the 10-year reunion, not a 3-year one. But thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.